the lecture of Sri Maharaj Ji, a series of lecture on Brahma, Jeev and Maya Tattva is going on. And it is 108th lecture of Sri Maharaj Ji of this series only. As he was saying in this lecture, that he has talked much about the main three entities, Brahma, Jeev and Maya. He says that I have explained many things about Brahman because there are the only three entities. There is nothing apart from these three entities. Brahma, Jeev, Maya, Tattva, Govind, Radhe, तीन हैं अनादि अनंत बता दे. Because the main attribute of an entity is na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata, which never came one day in the existence and which will never disappear from this existence. That is called anadyanant, means it is eternal and it is unceasing. It will always remain. So that because like the body, it comes one day in the existence, that's why it goes from this world as well. So anything which comes sometime and then it goes sometime cannot be called an entity. Entity means which is eternal and which will always remain in this existence. So these are the three entities, Brahma, Jeev and Maya. Shiva is saying that I have talked about Brahma a lot. The meaning of Brahma is unlimited. Bringanatvad iti Brahma. The one which is Brihat means unlimited, infinite, and Bringanatvad means the one which can make any entity unlimited as well. He is unlimited and he can make anyone, anything unlimited. Those who know God, as soon as somebody knows about God, they also become God. They also become unfathomable, unlimited, infinite, like God. So God is an entity who is unlimited. He is called unlimited because all the powers of God are unlimited. There is nothing which belongs to God is limited. He is unlimited because all his powers are unlimited. His other name is also called Satchidananda because these are the three parts of God, in the nature of God. It's called Swarup. Swarup. Swa means personal and Rup means form, nature. You can call it nature. Like the nature of fire is to burn and light. The nature of water is to wet. In the same way, there are three natures of God, Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat means life, consciousness. The one who has unlimited consciousness is called Satgan or Sat. Chit means knowledge, The unlimited knowledge is God. And Anand, who has unlimited bliss, is God. We also have these three things. God is endowed with these three powers, these three nature, and we also have life, we also have knowledge, and we also have bliss. But our knowledge, our life, our bliss is very limited. We are also chit. We have life, that's why we are also called chit. But our consciousness is very limited. And he has unlimited consciousness. He gives consciousness to innumerable souls, but still he has unlimited consciousness. We also have consciousness, but our consciousness is limited to this body only. When that conscious entity which is called soul, Atma, which is a part of God, when it leaves this body, then this body becomes dead. As a matter of fact, body is already dead. It seems like conscious because of the soul which is chit, which is conscious. And now wherever it will go, in whichever body, that body will become conscious. So our consciousness is very limited and God's consciousness is unlimited. Our knowledge is so limited that we do not know fully about ourselves also, what to say of other things. Our bliss is also very limited. Whatever we attain as the happiness, the bliss from anything, that is also very limited and for very limited time as well. So that's why he is called Vibhuchit and we are called Anuchit. Vibhuchit means unlimited consciousness. Anuchit means very limited consciousness. His knowledge, his place, everything is unlimited. And that Brahm, who is unlimited, whose all the powers are unlimited, he has mainly two forms. Dvevav Brahmano Rupe Murtam Chaiva Murtam Cha. Whenever he wants to have a form, he appears in any particular form. And Amurtancha, he is Nirakar also, he has no form. Whenever he wants to be Nirakar, formless, he becomes formless. Shankaracharya also accepted the same fact and he also said, Murtam Chaiva Murtam Deva Brahmano Rupe. There are two forms of God, Murt and Amurt. Yada sa shariratam sankalpati tada sa shariro bhavati. Yada tvashariraha tada tvashariri. Shankaracharya is also saying that whenever he wants to adopt some form, when he wants to appear in any form, he appears in a form. And whenever he does not want to be in a form, he becomes Nirakar. Why? Satya Sankalpatvat Sankalpa Vaichitryacha. Because he is Satya Sankalp. Satya Sankalpa means whose resolutions are true. Whatever he thinks immediately becomes true. We also resolve for many things. We think about doing many things, but our thoughts are thoughts. It may become true or may not, because we are not almighty. He is almighty. And Satya Sankalp, his all the wishes, his all the resolutions become true. And Sankalpa Vaichitryacha, he can make very peculiar type of Sankalp resolutions as well. Like Tulsidas said, Binu pag chalai sunai binu kana, kar binu karma karai vidhi nana, आनंद रहित सकल सुख भोगी ही कर बिनु कर्म करे बिनु पग चलई सुनई बिनु काना. He can walk. Anybody cannot even walk without legs. But he does not only walk, he walks so fast that within no time he can have a round of the entire universe. Sunai binu kana. He doesn't have the ears. He is nirakar. Then how can he can have any ear? He has no ears, but he can listen. And that sankalp is also vichitra, very peculiar, that he does not listen to one sound, one person only at a time. No, he can listen to anything at the same time from the entire world. Ananda Rahita Sakalas Kubogi, he has no mouth that can taste anything. So all his sankalp, all his resolutions are very peculiar, and they always become true. As soon as he thinks to attain or do something, immediately that thing happens. So, Shivaji said that he has three powers, Sat, Chit, Ananda. The Anand is the main power, and the main power of God is called Sarup Shakti as well. It is called Parashakti as well. And it is called Antaranga, or most private power of God. With this power, he can do anything. Kartu, makartu, manyatha kartum samartha. If he wants to do anything, he will immediately do that. Akartum, if he doesn't want to do anything, he will not do that. And anyatha kartum, if he wants to do something upside down, he can do it immediately. You must be thinking that we can also do the same. If we want to do something, we'll do. If we don't want to do something, we'll not do. We can do at least that much. No, we cannot do that much as well. Sometimes we want to fly. Can we fly? We can't. We want to do many things in our life, but we cannot do them. And if you don't want to do something, there are so many things. It is not in our hand as well. We have to do that. Like we cannot survive without breathing. We have to walk on the earth. We have to eat. There are so many things for which we are bound to do. But God, Brahma, is not bound to do anything. Everything depends on his wish only. So, he is the Lord of the universe. Parasya Shaktir Vividhai Vishruete. Swabhaviki Jnana Vala Kriyacha. So this description of God is found in all the scriptures. Sri Maharaji was giving the quotations of all the Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Puran, Bhagavad and Gita. Just to say, just to prove that he is able to do anything because he is almighty. Almighty means who can do anything. And omniscient means who knows everything. Generally people think that omniscient means who can know about whatever you are thinking? If anything is going on somewhere, so if they want, they can know about that. No, God is not omniscient like that. Omniscient means there are unlimited cosmic eggs, Brahman. No one can count them. And those Brahman, innumerable people are living. They have spent innumerable lives, and each life they have performed innumerable actions, and of all those actions they have given the fruit as well. So the one who knows about the fruits of each action of each person of the innumerable Brahmans all the time. It's not so that whenever he wants to know, he knows. No. He wants it or not. He knows about the actions and the fruits of all the living beings living in the innumerable Brahmans all the time. That's why he's called omniscient. And he can do anything. There is no word like impossible in the dictionary of God. That's why he's called Almighty. So Brahma is the supreme power. He is Satchidananda. He has three main natures, Sat, Chit and Ananda. Whenever he wants to become Sakar, he becomes Sakar. Whenever he wants to be formless, Nirakar, he becomes Nirakar. This is said in all the scriptures, including Bhagavad. Shri Maharaj is saying, Bhagavad is the most important scripture amongst all the scriptures. Why? Because the words of Bhagavad are told by God Himself. Although all the Vedas, Gita, and all other many scriptures, they also are the words of Sri Krishna Himself. But He revealed Bhagavad first of all. He revealed Mahabharata, Itihas, Puranabhyam, and He revealed all the Purans, He revealed the Vedas, everything. He revealed Gita as well. But the first one, the first Puran, it's called Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, was revealed by Sri Krishna first of all. And it is the essence of all the main scriptures. When any problem in a spiritual world comes, then all the scholars take the help of Brahma Sutra. And Bhagavad is the essence of or meaning of Brahma Sutra. There are aphorisms in Brahma Sutra written by Vedas Maharaj himself. That is the highest source of knowledge. But Brahma Sutra is also not that important as Bhagavad Mahapuran is, because in the Bhagavad Mahapuran is the meaning of Brahma Sutra. Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam. It is the meaning. And the language of Brahma Sutra is very, very difficult. It is in Sanskrit, plus it is in aphorism only. Like the big thing, the very high philosophy is said only in few words. It is very difficult to understand for a layman. But in Bhagavad, he wrote the details of the same philosophy in a more elaborate way, explaining everything, explaining the philosophy of Brahma Sutra and Vedas as well. So, Shri Maharaj is saying, Bhagavad is the most important of all the scriptures, and the Bhagavad is also saying the same thing. That God is full of so many powers that natat samascha bhadikascha drishyate. No one can be equivalent to God, Shri Krishna, because there are many forms of God. But the origin of all the forms of God is Sri Krishna. And he reveals himself mainly in three forms. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti shabdyate. Brahm, sometimes he reveals himself in the form of Brahm, who is Nirakar, who could be seen only in the form of a light. He does not reveal all his powers in this form. He reveals little more powers in the form of Paramatma. We see the pictures of Mahavishnu with 4 arms. That is the form of Paramatma, Mahavishnu, the form of Paramatma. But he reveals all his powers, including the highest power of love when he becomes Bhagavan. In the form of Bhagavan, he comes like a human being. He acts like the human beings, so that human beings can see him, they can understand something, and he can teach the human beings many things. He reveals many ideas in that form which are comprehensible for a layman as well. So, the highest form of God, which is most beneficial for all the human beings, is the form of Bhagavan. When he descends in the form of a human being, which is comprehensible by all the human beings, he descends in that form. So there are 3 forms of God though, and there are many other forms of God. They are all the avatars of God, all the powers of God. They are called Anshavatar, like Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar. They all are God. They all are called Ishwar. But Tamishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram. He is the Ishwar of all the Ishwars, because the origin of all the forms of God is Sri Krishna. So he is the highest form of God. Sri Krishna is the highest form of God. Shri Maharaj is saying that I just said about some qualities of Brahma. The one who is biggest, and he makes other things also unlimited, who has unlimited powers, and who is the Ishwar, who is the head of all the Ishwars. He is the controller of all the forms of God. Harihi Harita, Vidihi Vidita, Shivahi Shivata Jodai. Vishnu is Vishnu because Lord Krishna gave the powers to him to be Vishnu. Brahma is Brahma because he got all the powers to be Brahma from Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Shankar is Bhagavan, he is Ishwar, he is Triloki. Why? Because he got the powers from Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna is the highest power But there are many other things to be said about Brahma, and Shri Maharaj says, I will continue this topic in the next lecture. Please Srimad Satguru Sarkar ki jai. Ladili